Good evening. Today's topic is going to be a very sober one. It's going to be a hashtag. It's not even it's a top. That's the topic of the day, but it's going to be a hashtag, and it goes, "Bring back our treasures." Yes, bring back our treasures. This is very serious. For far too long, we've kept quiet, but it's about time that the world return to Africa what is rightfully theirs. But again, we have to go by the procedures. So we'll go by proverb of the day. We have to look for something that our ancestors say about this, and then go from there. Once again, like I always said, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click on the bell button over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please try and watch it. It's not enough that we are grateful people recommend the channel, and then a lot of people click on it, and the thirst we've hit the 1,000 subscription mark, but at the same time we still want people to watch it, so to get to the point where we can get to the 4,000 hours and all that. And very soon we'll be on Patreon as well, so you'll be at a position to actually chip in and help us present good content to you every week. Okay, once again, look at the topic of the day in hashtag this time around. Bring back our treasures. Yes, they're national artifacts and want them back in Africa. But first, the proverb of the day. Take a look at that. Yes, it says, "You have no power over what's not yours." Yes, ancestors got it right. I had to ask people. If somebody from Zimbabwe sent this to me. It is actually a Zimbabwean proverb. You have no power over what's not yours. You can only keep it for so long as the legalese are involved. But at the end of the day, those things, they are rightfully ours. Justice demands that they return to Africa. Like we said, click, subscribe. We'll go to the next, and that's did you know? Take a look at that. Octavius Valentine. Yes, we're still in Valentine. We're still in February month. Happy Valentine, my female subscribers and everyone. We love you. We're still in Black History Month, like I said. So permit me to look over my shoulder to give credit to someone history has been so unfair to, and that is Mr. Octavius Valentine Kente from 1839 to 1831. Before Harriet Tubman, yes. Before George Washington Carver, yes. Before Carter G. Woodson, yes. Marcus Garvey Jr., yeah. Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr. Before all of these great men and women was a young man who said no to racism. Mr. Octavius Valentine Kente was an African-American educator, intellectual, and civil rights activist in Philadelphia. Born free in Charleston, South Carolina, in a prominent mixed-race family, he moved north as a boy with his family. In Philadelphia, Kente became a martyr to racism as he was shot and killed. Yes, he was shot and killed in an election day violence in Philadelphia, where ethnic Irish electorates of Democratic Party, which was anti-Reconstruction and had opposed colored people's suffrage, attacked men of color to prevent them from voting for Republican candidate. Yes, did you know? Yes, and guess what? He was shot. He was shot right there. Take a look at it. He was shot right there at 812 South Street, Philadelphia. Once again, did you know? Did you know Octavius Kente? We're talking about the 19th century. So let's give credit to whom credit is due. Okay, once again, like I said, the topic of the day, as in hashtag, bring back our treasures. Take a look at that place. Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? Do we talk about the British? Look at the kind. Of course, they called it. Look at what they called it. The British expedition to Benin expedition. My foot. Take a look at that. Wanton destruction and pillage, looting and stealing. That's what the British did. They destroyed the Oba of Benin's kingdom. They totally annihilated it and looted. Look at it. Take a look at that. Yes, they destroyed. Where do I go? Where do I go? Is it the Belgians? Who doesn't know about Leopold? Yes, Leopold II. Yeah, Leopold II. Yes, the Belgians. That really thumb their nose at the Africans today. These same people. Leopold, what? About 10 million Congolese, yes, at the Congolese basin, just for the love of rubber, just to develop Belgium. The king of Belgium, everybody supported him. And look at what he did in Belgium. In fact, people were known to cut off, he preached cutting off people's hand just so he can employ them back into the field as slaves in his rubber field for nothing. Yes, where do I go? Is it the French? Look at that picture. Look at what they did in Algiers. Look at the destruction they brought in Northern Africa. Look at the looting they did in Egypt. Yes, in Egypt. Yes, I went to Paris and I was looking at the obelisk and I shed tears. Look at their museums, the kind of money they make from their museums all through Europe. And those who rightfully own them, they have nothing. Go to Britain, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. Where do I go? The British, the Belgium, or is it the Germans? Look at the atrocities. Do you know actually that the Germans practice Holocaust, genocide in Africa, in Tanzania? As we speak, Tanzanians are actually fighting for reparations. Yes, for the kind of atrocities Germany committed there. Yes, it was during. Can you imagine? In that's the Berlin Conference, 1884 to 1885. They carved out Africa for themselves. Carved out Africa in Berlin, for God's sake. Carved it out for themselves. And then the world will collude. The world will collude to make Germany pay the Jews for paintings. Take a look at that. For paintings, for pictures, for property. But not for human lives, not for artifacts. Look at the difference in what I'm talking about. The world will collude with African leaders, morons that call themselves leaders. Yes, because of visas, because of cheap visas, because of, oh my God, because of houses, because of ephemeral things. Our spiritual, the soul of Africa is taken and spread out all of Europe. Yet we take loans from these people and we cannot negotiate properly. Yes. Once in a while during election time, they bring one or two swords in a symbolic pictures. Symbolize what Macron does all the time from France. Look at all the looting France does. I go around their museums and I shed tears every day. This is how people turn into things they don't want to do or they don't want to be because of the kind of looting they did in Africa. Where do I go to? Where is it the Dutch? Look at what the Dutch, even in Nigeria today, look at what the Dutch did. Look, I know I was in school when Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed through the help of Abacha. In 2021, yes, the farmers, the same thing Ken Saro was fighting for. The farmers won. They finally won. But guess what? And that is when Abacha is dead. And that is when Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed through the collusion of Shell and Nigerian government. Yes, all through the world, our African asset spread. People make money off us, yet they hold us. We are indebted to everybody for loans. Because of the loans our leaders sign. We cannot negotiate for that. If they will keep our artifacts, then they'll pay for it. Let it become part payment. Let it become the payment of the loans we took from them. And when it's paid off, they give us back our stuff. Yes. We can't be paying for loans and at the same time you keep our stuff and make money off it. Yet you come and take up raw materials and go back to your country and develop it and then refuse us from developing those and selling it to you. No, you take it from us, destroy our land, destroy the people, and bring it back to Africa. How so sad. And our leaders know these things. It's not because they don't know, because they're schooled here. They know these things. Yes. The British, can you imagine the amount of money the British spent to pay back businessmen for slave trade, for the loss of money they made in slavery? The same thing happened in USA. They paid the business for the loss, but not reparation, not money. In fact, the Bank of England just finished, 2015, that's what they just finished paying money that they paid back to British slave traders. How so sad. How so sad. They've got to bring it back. They will bring it back. I will stop there. What do you think about it? But guess what? I'll shout out for this. Look at that. Look at that young man. Take a look at that young man. That young man has had enough of our talking. And our shout out goes to Mr. Mwazulu Diabanza. Yes, this Congolese activist, this young man is tired of the continued talks, of the disappointments about our leaders, of the disrespect of Africa to Africa as a whole, and has been going to various museums in Europe to retrieve stolen African artifacts that are done British, French, German museums. In fact, all of European museums. He is the leader of the Pan-African movement called Nyanka Nku. That's unity, dignity, and courage. What has he got in return? He has been jailed. He has been fined for entering European museums and forcibly removing pillaged. Can you imagine that? Pillaged African artifacts wherever they're displayed. He recognizes collusion between corrupt African leaders and insidiously criminal European leaders who put laughable hurdles to make it impossible to return priceless artifacts to Africa. As such, he has taken the law into his hands. For this, he is recognized here at DIASPORA Forum. It is a duty that must be done until all African artifacts are returned home. Thank you, Mr. Mwazulu. We are proud of you. Once again, I know we'll do the right thing. We'll do the right thing. They will bring it back. We'll keep talking about it. Because like I said, someday a pharaoh that did not know Moses will come to rule again in some parts of Africa. I believe in you. Look at me. You get my information above? I'll be very glad to come talk to you one-on-one. I believe in you. Do what is right. We'll keep talking to them, regardless of what our leaders are doing. Have a blessed day. Happy Valentine. Mekari is my name.